A very warm greeting to everyone watching this video. I am here just to give my lecture on financial accounting and analysis. Myself Vikas Nehra from GNIT College of Management of GN Group, Greater Noida, and I am here just to giving a lecture on financial accounting analysis. Topic is financial statement and types of accounting. So, let us start with the financial analysis. What is financial analysis? Financial analysis involves using financial data to assess a company's performance and make recommendation about how it can improve going forward. As data does not speak anything itself, as it is in absolute monetary terms. So, analyzing financial data without a basis for comparison is not informative.
आपको क्या करना होता है, जो फाइनेंशियल डाटा जो है उसको फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट का जो डाटा होता है उसे आपको क्या करना पड़ता है, उसको एनालाइज करना पड़ता है. उसके बेस पे एनालाइज करने के बेस पे देन यू हैव टू डिटरमाइन कि कंपनी की परफॉर्मेंस कैसी है, आइदर इट इज़ गोइंग अपवर्ड और आइदर इट इज़ गोइंग डाउनवर्ड. बेसिकली इफ़ आई से कि फाइनेंशियल एनालिस्ट जो होते हैं दे प्राइमरली कैरी आउट देयर वर्क इन एक्सेल वो यूजिंग अ स्प्रेडशीट टू एनालाइज हिस्टोरिकल डाटा एंड मेक प्रोजेक्शन ऑफ हाउ दे थिंक द कंपनी विल परफॉर्म इन फ्यूचर, कि फ्यूचर में किस तरह से वो परफॉर्म करेगी. दे हैव टू मेक सम डिसीजंस रिगार्डिंग their financial performance.
Okay. So, this guide will cover the most common type of financial analysis performed by professionals. Let us see what are the types of financial analysis. There are mainly most common types of financial analysis are
vertical analysis, second is horizontal analysis, third is leverage analysis, fourth is growth analysis, then profitability, liquidity, efficiency, cash flow, rate of return, valuation, scenario and sensitivity, and the variances. All these are most common types of financial analysis.
Now, we will study one by one. Let us come to the point number 1 about the vertical analysis.
This type of financial analysis involves looking various components of income statement,
and dividing them by revenue to express them as percentage. Fine. And it is also called as common size statements, as it is allowed an analyst to compare companies of different sizes by evaluating their margin instead of their monetary outcomes. For this exercise to be the most effective, the result should be benchmarked against other companies in the same industry to see how well the company is performing. Like we will see in next slide. Here is one income statement of a company.
You can see the revenue of a company is this. When we less the cost of revenue, we will get a gross profit. As we know कि sales minus cost of goods sold, then it comes gross profit. Now, in this slide we can see that our gross profit is this. After deducting some operating expenses, we have to deducting some expenses, operating expenses as well as financial expenses. All these are operating expenses. After deducting the operating expenses, now the operating income will come, and after deducting the financial expenses, this is called operating income, or it is also called as EBIT. IT, earning before interest and tax. When we deduct the interest expenses like this, we will get the amount near about 3 crore 32 lakh 96,164. Okay. After deducting this, we will get a income before taxes. This is also called as EBT, earning before tax. After deduction of tax, then we will get earning after tax, and then we get the net income. Here we can see that the gross profit ratio is 44%. How can we calculate the gross profit ratio? We can by dividing sales upon gross profit. Sorry, gross profit upon sales into 100. We can see that gross profit ratio is 44%, but the operating profit is 22%. Here we can see the declining of near about 50%. यहाँ पे हमारा, यहाँ से जब हम देखेंगे कि ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट तो हमारा था दिस मच, बट व्हेन वी गेट द ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉफिट, यहाँ पे हमारा 50% तक प्रॉफिट डाउन हो गया. So after this we will calculate net profit ratio. This will comes 16.6%. operating profit कैसे आएगा? This will comes just operating income divided by net sale into 100. Okay, we can see that there is a margin is 50%, but there is a near about 6%. So what will company do? Company will decide that how it can increase the profit in next year where they are lacking. कहाँ कमी आ रही है, कहाँ नहीं आ रही है. Now the next slide is horizontal analysis. What is horizontal analysis? Horizontal analysis, it involves taking several years of financial data and comparing them to each other to determine the growth rate of a company. This will help the analyst determine if a company is growing upward or downward, or also identifying the important trends. When building financial models, there will typically be least there 3 years of historical financial information and 5 years of forecast information. This provides 8+ years of data to perform a meaningful trend. Horizontal analysis में, like we can see in next slide, there is a revenue of year 1, year 2, year 3 and year 4. Here we can see that after deduction of this, we will get a gross profit in year 1, in year 2. We can see the ratio. If we just go through the ratio, for comparing we have to calculate all these ratios. Company will calculate the gross profit ratio 55.42%. In year 2 it is 50.6% and it is 51.3 in third year and it is 46.1% in fourth year. So we can see here that year first is 55.2%. It is greater than the year 2 and in year 2 it is greater than year 3. So we can see this like this. इनका जो प्रॉफिट है ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट रेशो वो डिक्लाइनिंग उसमें जाता जा रहा है, यानी कि इट इज गोइंग इन ए डिक्लाइनिंग. व्हाट इज ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉफिट रेशो? ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉफिट रेशो इज 20.1%. it is increasing in second year, again it is increasing in third year, again but in fourth year it is decreasing. It is decreasing near about 4%. Net profit ratio, this is the actual profit after deducting all the expenses and interest and taxes. So it is increasing in year 2 it is increasing in year 3 as well, but in when we will see in year 4 it is decreasing near about 4%. So if we see that the company how much paid taxes in year where 25.7% tax, but in second year 28.2, 29.8, it means there is some lacking in just do make a tax planning. Interest coverage ratio. So you can compare all these things by just preparing these chart, so that company take decisions what should I do and what should not be do. The next is leverage analysis. Basically what is leverage? Leverage is a risk analysis tool. Leverage एक risk analysis tool है जिसके थ्रू हम कंपेयर करते हैं किसको, रिस्क को, कि किस तरह से हाउ मच रिस्क इज देयर इन सिक्योरिटी और एनी अदर इन्वेस्टमेंट. So basically there is a funda of financial management where there is a more risk, more return, less risk, less return. So leverage ratio are one of the most common method to evaluate company's performance, how the company is going on. A single financial metric like total debt may not be that insightful on its own. So it is helpful to compare it to a company total equity to get a full picture of a capital structure. If I say that if we calculate the debt equity ratio, then what can we find? Ki how much debt is there and how much equity is there in a company. Either company debt is using more or equity is using more. So there are some common examples: debt equity, debt of and earning before interest and taxes. This is depreciation and amortization, and it is also called as interest coverage ratio, EBIT/interest. Okay, fine. Now the next is growth rate. What is growth rate? It is another tool to analyzing the company's performance. So for analyzing historical growth rate and projecting future ones are bigger part of any financial analyst. Common examples of analyzing growth includes year over year. जैसे कि हमने देखा था कि 2019 में कितनी ग्रोथ रेट रही, 2020 में कितनी रही. फाइन. We can also calculate through regression analysis. What is regression analysis? It is a statistical tool which is used for estimating the relationship between a dependent variable and independent variable. कि आखिरकार जो ये y एक्सिस पर आपका डाटा होता है और एक्सिस 6 पे होता है, this is called dependent variable and this is called independent one. If I put the price on independent variable और here is a sale, तो जो सेल है वो आपकी अफेक्ट होगी किससे? जैसे जैसे प्राइस बढ़ेगा या घटेगा. इफ द प्राइस विल इंक्रीज, सेल में भी इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज. So next is bottom up analysis. It is starting with individual drivers for revenue in the business. Now the next is top down analysis from top to bottom, starting with market size and market share. How much the market share is captured by the company, how much the market size is captured by the company, and the other forecasting methods like time series हो गया, moving average analysis हो गया. All these are statistical tools. So for calculating the growth rate of the company, so that company take a important decisions regarding their growth. Either growth is going upward or downward. Let's see the example of a simple linear regression method. You can see that here is a number of radio ads. This is a independent variable and this is dependent variable. This is y axis and this is x axis. You can see at the number of radio ads is increasing. You can see the line is upward, going upward. It means you can see the relationship between the number of radio ads and the revenue of the company. As it increases, revenue is also increases. Fine. In Jan you can see there is 21 ads, the revenue is 8,350 revenue. Then again it increases again, but when the radio of ads is decreased in March, you can see the change. Here it is decreasing mode. Okay. In May, when it is 96, you can see again the change in decreasing mode. It means revenue is totally depend upon the radio ads. Fine. Okay. The next slide is profitability analysis. What is profitability analysis? Profitability, basically it is a type of income statement where an analyst assess how attractive the economics of a business are. Like you can see the some measures of profitability. You can measure the profitability through gross margin, EBIT, EBITDA margin, EBIT margin. What is gross margin? Gross margin you can see like it is a gross profit ratio. How can you calculate the gross margin? By deducting the sales, by deducting the cost of goods sold from sales, you will get a gross margin or gross profit. Earning before interest, tax, depreciation and amortization margin, it is a measures company operating profit as a percentage of its revenue. Fine. EBIT margin, it is also called as earning before interest and taxes. Operating earning over operating sales, how much they are earning over operating sales. This is net profit margin, how much income or profit is generated as a percentage of revenue. Fine. So you can calculate the net profit. It means you can see कि कितना आपको इनकम जनरेट हो रही है, कितना आपका प्रॉफिट जनरेट हो रहा है. फाइन. जब आपको एटलीस्ट, जब आपने देखा था कि रिवेन्यू तो हमारा था सपोज कि यहाँ पे एटलीस्ट टोटल रिवेन्यू होता है और उसके बाद आप कॉस्ट ऑफ गुड सोल्ड माइनस करते हैं, देन यू विल गेट ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट. उसमें से कुछ आप एक्सपेंसेस माइनस करते हैं जो कि ऑपरेटिंग और फाइनेंशियल एक्सपेंसेस होते हैं, देन यू विल गेट नेट प्रॉफिट. नॉट नेट प्रॉफिट, देन you will get profit before tax. After this, this is called earning before tax. After deducting the tax, then you will get earning, that you will get earning after tax, or it is also called as profit, net profit. Fine. Then you can calculate the profitability analysis through these ratios. You can see in income statement, here is an example. 2018, in 2019, 2020, 2021, here is a data of 5 years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. In 2018, you can see the revenue, it is 82,108. Again it is increasing, again it is increasing, again it is increasing, again it is increasing, it is increasing year to year. But let's see, are the gross profit are increasing or decreasing? Gross profit is also increasing. Why gross profit are increasing? Because you can see cost of goods sold are decreasing. That is the reason. So what is the gross profit margin? By dividing this gross profit upon revenue, or you can say sale, into 100, you can calculate the gross profit margin. You can see that gross profit is increasing from 2018 to 2019, but the gross profit margin is same, there is no change. In 2020, here you can see the change, only 1%, only 1%. Again it is equal, again it is equal, then it is only 1% change, again it is equal, again it is equal. As we can see gross profit revenue तो साथ साथ बढ़ भी रहा है, आपका gross profit भी बढ़ रहा है, but the gross profit margin is same in most of the years. Okay, there is some expenses, by deducting some expenses you will calculate EBITDA year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. After deducting depreciation and amortization you will get EBIT, earning before interest and taxes. It is increasing, again it is increasing, again it is increasing, again it is increasing, it is increasing in year to year. Let's see either their net earning is increasing or decreasing. Net earning is increasing, here it is also increasing, here it is also increasing, but not in a प्रॉपर मैनर. प्रॉपर मैनर मतलब कि बढ़ तो रही है, लेकिन उसकी अगर आप अर्निंग देखें, जितनी अर्निंग उनकी इतनी परसेंटेज में बढ़ी थी, परसेंटेज मतलब जितनी यहाँ पे ईयर टू ईयर 2000 से आपका 2024 में आपका बढ़ा था, यहाँ हेयर यू कैन सी दैट 12,000, नियर अबाउट 12,000 इज नेट अर्निंग, you can see only 21,000 is near about its earning. So this is called the profitability analysis, how much company is getting profit in year to year, कि हर साल उसे कितना प्रॉफिट जनरेट होता जा रहा है कंपैरिजन टू अदर ईयर्स. You can see the again income statement, revenue and cost of goods sold. Sorry. Yes, liquidity analysis. What is liquidity analysis? Company have to identify that how much liquidity is in their company, कि कितनी liquidity कंपनी के पास है, क्यों, आखिरकार रीज़न क्या है, what is the reason behind this, कि liquidity होनी ज़रूरी है या होए तो कितनी हो. Liquidity analysis focuses on the balance sheet, particularly company's ability to meet short term obligations. As we know that to meet short term obligations we need, or we can say to meet day to day expenses we need some cash. Okay, this is also called as net working capital. So for just to complete the obligation, company need a cash, and to determine the ability of an organization to pay it bill in a timely manner, so that company pay the bill there in timely manner. जो लेस देन 1 ईयर के होते हैं वो कंपनी क्या कर सके, कंपनी आराम से उसे पे कर सके. द कॉमन एग्जांपल्स ऑफ लिक्विडिटी एंड द कॉमन एग्जांपल्स ऑफ लिक्विडिटी एनालिसिस आर करंट रेशो. हाउ कैन यू कैलकुलेट द करंट रेशो? करंट एसेट अपॉन करंट लाइबिलिटी, यू कैन कैलकुलेट एसिड टेस्ट रेशो, कैश रेशो, नेट वर्किंग कैपिटल रेशो. ओके, हियर वी कैन डिडक्ट द करंट एसेट्स माइन inventory divided upon current liability. Fine. Net working capital, how can you calculate the net working capital? It is, what is working capital? Working capital is a just excess of current asset over current liability, or we can say that there is a basically two concept of net working capital, gross and second is gross, which includes the total assets, and the second is just net concept, which is include current asset minus current liability. क्यों कैलकुलेट करते हैं? सो दैट यू कैन कैलकुलेट द लिक्विडिटी, सो दैट यू कैन कैलकुलेट द लिक्विडिटी, कंपनी की लिक्विडिटी कितनी है. ओके, तो नेट वर्किंग कैपिटल की अगर मैं बताऊं, इफ आई से नेट वर्किंग कैपिटल, बेसिकली देयर आर टू कॉन्सेप्ट. नेट वर्किंग कैपिटल, नेट वर्किंग इज वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट. There is two concept. First one is net concept, second is gross concept. As I said, why we calculate net working capital? जिससे कि जो short term debt है वो पे हो सके, जो कंपनी की रिक्वायरमेंट है डे टू डे
बिजनेस एक्टिविटी की वो भी कंप्लीट कर सके। फाइन। आइडल कैश अगर वो पड़ा है उसका भी पता चल सके, जिससे कंपनी कैन इन्वेस्ट द आइडल कैश। तो लिक्विडिटी एनालिसिस जो है इट इज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट इन ऑल द वे। फाइन। लिक्विडिटी एनालिसिस, अगर आप कंपनी कभी भी लिक्विडिटी एनालिसिस करती है केवल ये चेक करने के लिए कि कंपनी के पास एक्चुअली में कैश कितना है। ऐसा तो नहीं है कि कभी कंपेयर टू कैश उसका कम लिक्विडिटी ज़्यादा हो कंपनी की, क्योंकि लिक्विडिटी ज़्यादा होगी वो भी हार्मफुल है कंपनी के लिए, लिक्विडिटी कम होगी इट इज़ ऑल्सो हार्मफुल फॉर अ company. Okay, fine. So the next methods will be discussed in coming period, and what will be the next methods are, the rest of the methods are efficiency method, cash flow, rate of return. We will in this we will see that what should be the return on their investment, valuation method, scenario and sensitivity, variances. Okay, so thanks for watching to see this video, and we will meet in next video. You can see the here references of some references, like we have taken some references from Maheshwari and SK, a textbook of accounting. Second, this is Bhattacharya book, fine, and the Narayan Swami. So thank you, thanks to all.